Hey everyone, thanks for joining us on our YouTube channel at Flippin Hippos. I'm Star the Flippin Hippo. Today is August 19th and it is a Monday, which means it's time for what sold on eBay. And to be right up front and honest with you guys, not a whole lot. Last weekend was pretty bad. We had 16 sales for the entire weekend. 14 of those were eBay and 2 on Poshmark. But this weekend, even worse. You're looking at today's pile, 14 sales and 13 packages. We had one woman order 2 tops. But yeah, this weekend was even worse than last weekend. I honestly didn't even post photos all week on Instagram of our packages that were going out. Well, we had a lot going on, and I'm not trying to make excuses. You guys know if you don't put the work in, you don't see the sales. If you're not listing every day, if you're not active, I tell you that all the time. And I tell you guys not to make excuses and just to put your heads down and work. But sometimes family or life can kind of throw us some curveballs. And while it's not, I'm not trying to make excuses, we legitimately just really haven't been putting the work in for a couple of weeks for various reasons. I have in front of me what sold all week. Tuesday was 3, Wednesday was 6, Thursday was 3, and Friday I believe was 4. So it, last weekend was bad. We had a really rough week. We had a bad weekend again. I'm going to go ahead and continue to blame us because we really haven't been working the way we should be. But I'm also hearing from a lot of other people that sales are really, really slow right now. I heard from a lot of resellers today that this weekend was the worst weekend in a long time for a lot of people. Sales are really, really down. And then the thing is if you go on our seller hub on the back end, where it will compare you to where you were a year ago. We're up 1% from last year at this time. So we're doing 1% better than we were last year. I don't remember it being this slow. I don't remember it being this bad. But maybe it was. Maybe we blamed it on post-vacation mode on the store since we both went to eBay Open last year. And this year, only I went and Keith stayed behind. I don't remember it being this bad, but apparently we're doing better now than we were last year. And, if we all just hang on for dear life, I guess. If we just keep our heads down, if we just keep listing, if we just keep working, Q4 is right around the corner. It's gonna pick up, but you got to put the work in, and you got to also understand that there are slow times of the year. There are actual proven times of the year where sales are going to be slower than other times. And you just use that time to list more, so when the fast times come, you have more listings and you're selling more. So we're just going to keep our heads up. We're going to get back to the grind. For, a little while at least, for like a month or 2, things should be quiet around here, barring any emergencies. But we think things have settled down and we're going to be able to focus a lot more on work. So let's just jump on in and look at some of the highlights of the week, you guys. I pulled up just a couple of everything. I pulled up all the plush that sold. There was only like 3 or 4 that sold this week. And then a couple pairs of shorts, a couple pairs of jeans, a couple odds and ends. Just to kind of give you an idea of what is selling. Even when it's really super slow, these things are selling. So we sold a Peter Rabbit plush for $8.44. He was 50 cents at Goodwill. He shipped first class. He's kind of like a tie, I guess. He's low-end plush, but he weighed like 2 ounces. And so he shipped in a poly bag. We sold this little wiener dog. He's a cottage collectible. He was also 50 cents at Goodwill. And he sold for $10.31, and he shipped first class in a poly bag. We have this little Gans Webkins dragon. I picked it up for 50 cents. I thought it was kind of neat. The thing about the Gans Webkins, some of them are worth a lot of money and some aren't. I've sold some without their codes for $16, $18, and $20. And I've sold some with their codes for $11 and $10. It just depends on the animal, I think. Whenever I find them for 50 cents, I risk it. I don't bother comping at the store. I just risk it and bring them home. Sometimes I'm pleasantly surprised, and sometimes I'm not. This guy, like I said, did not have his code, and he sold for $11. He shipped first class in a poly bag. And then one of my Victoria's Secret puppies sold. This one was 50 cents at the Goodwill. And he sold for $12.19, and he shipped first class in a poly bag. These Lily Pulitzer pink shorts came out of the box that we purchased right before open. We bought a box of inventory off of a reseller going out of business. There were like 96 items in the box. It came out to like $2 and some change per item. These sold for $18. I did accept the best offer of $18 on these. They shipped first class. These Izod Golf Classic men's shorts were 99 cents at the Goodwill. They were size 44. They had some damage, but I picked them up anyway because of their size. And that they were 99 cents. They sold for $17, and they shipped in a first class poly bag. These Land's End, again, not a very great brand. These are older. They've been around a while. They're a size 12. I don't even think I would source Land's End size 12, even for 99 cents anymore, but once upon a time I did. These sold for $18.70, and they shipped in a padded flat. These Gap jeans were 99 cents at the Goodwill. They were a size 33, which is a good size. They were the high-rise skinny. Gap's one of my bread and butter brands. If I find it for 99 cents, I do pick it up, especially the bigger sizes like this, or the named styles like the high-rise skinny. The dark wash does pretty good for me. These sold for $21, and they shipped in a padded flat. I sold this pair of shoes. These were 99 cents at the Goodwill. I accepted a best offer of $14.50 on these, and I wrapped each shoe in a little bit of bubble wrap and then tissue paper and shipped them in a poly bag, and they shipped first class. I'm really excited about these Doc Martens, you guys. These came in the box that we bought that I was just talking about on the Lily Pulitzer shorts. So these averaged out to $2 and some change for this pair of shoes out of that box. They had some damage. The one insert in the right shoe came completely out, and I showed that there, and I just closed it in the description. Some minor wear, the right shoe's insole comes out, and these sold for $50. I had them up for $75, expecting them to be $60 on our 20% off sale, and expecting to take about $50 or $55. When I comped them, I knew I was pricing them pretty high. I figured like $50 was a pretty good area to put them at, especially because they have some scuffs and some damage. But I like to list high with best offer to give myself wiggle room. And they also paid the shipping on these. So they paid $50 plus shipping. They went all the way to California, so shipping was pretty expensive. But that was a nice flip for, $2 and some change pair of shoes. And then I wanted to show you this Toilet Tunes, because this is funny. This was actually my oldest son's. He got it for Christmas like 4 years ago. It's never been opened. It's never been out of the box. It was like a gag gift that he never did anything with. And when we were cleaning out the closets and stuff around the house, he said I could sell it and list it. So I put it up for $14. It shipped first class. It's just like one of those things around the house that you don't want anymore and you can sell. We still do that, you guys. We may be veterans. We maybe have been reselling for a few years now, but we still find stuff around the house we don't want anymore, and we just list it on eBay or Poshmark and sell it. And then last but not least, I want to show you this ink that's sold. I want to say that these boxes of ink were 25 cents a piece, but I do remember when we were at the church sale, we had armloads of it, And the guy was just putting it in the bag, and at some point he stopped counting and just said, hey, you can have it all for a couple bucks. So it actually averaged out to more like a nickel or 10 cents a box of ink. And it sold for $11, and it did ship first class. We did put this in a wee little box just to make sure it got where it was going safe. But it did ship first class, and cost us like maybe a nickel, 10 cents. But those are the highlights of the week. Just some of the bread and butter items, the plush. Shoes are still selling, apparently, even when things are slow. And a couple of really exciting flips from our box that we bought. Let me know in the comments down below how things are going for you guys. Are your sales slow too? Are your sales doing good? Kind of want to hear from everyone just to kind of get a gauge on where the rest of the reselling community is at. Because like I said, I've heard from a lot of people today and over the weekend freaking out because things are really slow. And that could be that it's that way for everyone. But just let me know how you're doing. If you had any exciting flips or anything cool happen in the past week since the last What Sold video. Hit the like button before you leave. It really helps the channel, guys. Join our Facebook group. Link is in the description box to join. And if you haven't already and you'd like to, please subscribe to our channel and help us feed a hungry hippo. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We're at Flippin' Hippos across all social media. Until next time, guys, go be productive, go make some money, and have a good night.